Oh, peace and love. I hope that I'm gonna be able to keep some connection here. The Wi-Fi's been pretty good. I've been meaning to do this download for a few days, where it's gonna talk about the illusion of competition. There's a major illusion going on right now. This illusion that everyone needs to be competing, that everyone's out for the number one spot, and that everyone's out doing all this. And if you knew the holographic universe, you know that you're only in competition with yourself. So we gotta dispel some of this debacle that I see taking place on a day-to-day basis lately, and it's being pushed by people still falling for all these old programs. Now, if you're still into sports programming, if you're still into religious programming, if you're still into any of these different things, you start to see that you're falling into this competition realm. This notion where someone's got to be the top dog, someone's got to be the leader, and all this thing, and there needs to be followers. Well, everyone needs to, if they've learned anything lately, realize that you're your own leader. There's no one for you to follow. So there should be no competition for you and who you are. You're just only in this race by yourself. So everything outside of that is just you falling into the trap. So you see with all the things that have been going on lately, and I just have to say, I hope for the best for Melanation. I hope for the best for Nature Boy. Like, everyone out here, everyone who's a follower or has followed or whatever you guys want to call now, has learned some jewels from this man. You've learned some jewels from a lot of your teachers in your life. You've learned some jewels from Sevi. You've learned some jewels from... And we're so quick to just denounce these people once we find something new, instead of just knowing that it's okay to have honor for all people that have taught you anything. Even if it was the homeless man on the corner who dropped some knowledge on you while you're waiting for a bus, he was a teacher to you at some point. And you deserve to give that man and honor that man. There shouldn't be a denunciation of any form of knowledge that has come your way if you're a true truth seeker. But that's where we're finding the problem here. Are we all true truth seekers? Are we seekers of truth? Are we really looking for these divine principles? Are we looking to ascend? Are we looking for all these real goals? Because when you do those things, there's a notion that you just need to be open to retaining information. Your heart needs to be open. And the second you start to try and exude judgment or superiority from a state of not bettering yourself, but from trying to ease out of a situation or past the fault, you're dropping your vibration down. Because if you know anything, you know everything is your fault. If I know everything is my fault, then I take blame for all of it. All of it was me. I was the one who fell into all this. I was the one who did all of this. It was me. There was no thing that made me do what I do, right? So when you're sitting in your room right now, right, and when you're going through your pain on a day-to-day basis, how much of your pain that you go through does someone put you through? Do people walk up to you during your day-to-day and just punch you in the face? Do people walk up to you in your day-to-day and steal your lunch money or steal the money out of your account? No. That stuff happens very seldomly. So it's safe to say that the most pain that you go through, most problems you go through, are things you put on yourself. So if that doesn't let you to understand the holographic universe and understand that there's no competition but the competition with yourself, then that should be it. When you watch a basketball game, the problem people have is they watch a basketball game and think they're two teams competing against each other. That's not it at all. If you know about sports, if you know about anything, each one of those players had to compete within themselves to become better. The game just becomes the way for them to show their competition with themselves. It has nothing to do with the player that's in front of them, because every good basketball player knows that it's not about the person guarding them. It's about what they do to that person guarding them. So that's how you should be looking at your life, and that's how we can start looking at these things going on around us. This conscious community is becoming very unconscious, because we're falling into the pitfalls that are being set up through social media, through false ego attention, through all these different things. There's no leader. There's no leader. There are just people who all have divine truths. And all you should just be doing is filtering through the divine truths to see what helps you that day. Because you might have someone who gives you knowledge on a day that helps you get through a situation that it's like they put that knowledge right in front of you for a purpose, right, on that one day. But that doesn't mean that every single day that person is the person you need to go to and look for. You just need to know that it's like everything. I shouldn't read the same book every day. Like the people who just read the Bible every single day, they get flawed into that system. So if you're looking at one being every single day to illuminate your life, there's a problem. And if you're a being who's looking to illuminate one person's life every single day, you have a problem too. You shouldn't want to do that. You shouldn't want to attract a following. You should want people that agree to your message. You should want people that might vibrate to you, but that's okay. You should want them to still find others. You should want them to gain worldly knowledge. You should want them to gain perspective so that when it comes back to you, you can learn something. Because it's about you learning, not just giving of knowledge. If I'm always giving knowledge, am I ever gaining? Am I ever moving forward myself? No. I can't just get on this thing every single day and spit knowledge, and not take time to look at other people. What are other people saying? What's knowledge that I can gain on a day-to-day basis? What's ways that I can grow and perceive things differently? Because if I'm always giving you my knowledge, when am I learning? Shouldn't you question me? And if no one can question my philosophy, am I really the teacher that you want? Because am I staying open to my philosophy? Is my philosophy going to be able to evolve? The problem that we see with science and things of that nature is every time science thinks they're close, there's still a missing piece. So even when they think they got it exactly right, there's still something that they're missing out on. That's just like every single person. You need to understand this. That's why we still don't know when the world started. How did the world start? What were these situations that brought humans truly? We have a lot of theories, but do we know? Do you know? Does anyone know? Well, if no one knows, but there's all these theories, that means that people have always had to be open about these things. There's still a notion where there's no real definite truths to certain things. So should I always just think that one thing that I say is truth? I can make a video and I know that there's something that might come up in my life and something I say that might make me look at what I said differently a week from now. But I need to be open so that when that moment comes up, I can gain knowledge. I can't just say everything and then just foresee myself as that's the definite truth. That may be the truth at the time. Life changes, situation changes, all these things move. You're not on competition with anyone but yourself. It's about you gaining the most knowledge. It's about you being in competition with yourself from the day before. As a, will you be a better person when you lay your head down tonight than you were when you woke up this morning? And that's the only true competition. Were you able to put into action and put into truth and fruition the things that you learned yesterday, today? That's the competition that you're in. Are you able to stick by the words you said yesterday, today? That's the competition that you're in. Those are the competitions that we should be worried about, not how all these people now without followers, I need to start kicking games so I can pull them my way. I need to start denouncing my, what I put into a situation to get a certain reward or a certain shortcoming. Then you're not even subscribing to the holographic universe, right? There should be no going back and forth. If you know you are everything, then everything is you, so it was your fault. And it was my fault. It was all of our faults, right? Everything's been your fault. So when we look at how we break things down, we're not in a fight for anything. No one should be in competition with anything but themselves. You shouldn't be trying to better anything but yourself. Because when you better yourself, it changes your surroundings, right? It changes your perspective. It grows your perspective. You're supposed to be learning every single day. There's no competition. So you should never be speaking ill about anyone. You should never be speaking false light into any situation. Everything should be nothing but beauty, truth, and knowledge and acknowledgement of what your part is in this whole thing. So that's the only way to true growth. True growth is the competition with yourself from the time the sun comes up to the time the sun goes down. That's the only competition that takes place in this world. Everything else is just a way to get you away from that. to think that something else can stop you from doing something. The Golden State Warriors shouldn't be worried about the Cavaliers. They should be worried about the Golden State Warriors. Everything else takes care of itself. Now, I don't like using sports, but it's the easy way to do it because that's the only way some people can acknowledge competition. Because the only way that we're programmed to acknowledge competition, because we can't even see competition with ourselves. You can't see competition until I put someone in front of you. I come on this page and I start speaking a certain knowledge. I start speaking with a certain vernacular. People feel like they're in a competition with me. No, there's no competition with me. Who am I? Who am I if I'm speaking something that reverberates with you but a part of you? So we shouldn't be at competition. You should just be giving me love. Just like I give love back when I see videos of people speaking knowledge that's divine to me. Right? That's where we're at. That's the time that we have to be on. I'm never saying that I'm above anyone. I have beautiful people who drop messages to me, giving me knowledge all throughout the day, giving me knowledge of myself through things that they go through. If I help them with something, they come and tell me how some of my words help them, which help me. Like, yo, like if I'm having this effect on them, should I ever be feeling this way? Should I be feeling this way? How does that, now it gives me power to go into my day and be more on top of the things that I gotta do from sun up to sundown, the competition I have, which is right here. Thank you, friend. But anyway, for all you guys out there, for any follower, right? Don't be a follower. Don't be a follower. You're at competition with yourself. You are your own teacher, because what you put in front of your face every day is your lesson plan. No one devised your lesson plan for you but you. So who are you but your own teacher and principal in your reality? So how could you subscribe to someone else being your teacher when you gave them the authority to teach you? You are the teacher because you teach yourself through the things that you choose. Just because a being happens to be able to give you that frequency and give you that vibration, that doesn't mean that they're above you. You're the one who chose to watch that frequency. So you tuned into that lesson plan. You created that lesson plan for your day. You're the teacher. You're the teacher. Understand you're the teacher. And you'll never fall for anything. And you'll always be in power. No one can fool you when you know you're the teacher. You'll never need to take back your words. You'll never need to take back anything when you know you're the true teacher of yourself, right? If you went to a certain college and took a certain course, you chose that course. You chose what you wanted. You taught yourself that. They can't hop in your brain. They can just say words. You got to pick it up. You teach yourself. They're just vessels giving you the vibration and frequency. Alright, this is going to be a quick one. I'm going to end it out here, right? You are your own teacher. No one can teach you anything that you don't want to be taught. This is your reality. Don't subscribe to anyone who makes you believe that there's competition. You're not in competition with anything but you. So if you see someone who's doing something better than you, quote unquote, that should just be, that was yourself giving yourself inspiration to do better. So there's no such thing as competition, just inspiration. Love the inspiration that's around you and take it as that and level up. Because everything is a key for your ascension if you look at it that way. Or it could be a key for you to lose your frequency and vibration if you look at it that way. So know what perspective you're going into. Competition is an illusion. You're at competition with yourself. I love you all. I love myself. Have a beautiful day.